I have squash in a couple different places because I always have things in different places. That's how I garden. I like to pop things in all over the place. But the main place I have squash right here in this trough, it's about 18 inches deep, and then I've got 4 grow buckets on the ground. This is where most of my summer squash is. And look, baby squash. I was concerned. This is the first year I have done them in something so shallow. I didn't know how well they were going to do. They're doing really, really well. This one is an heirloom called Ortolana. Over here, that's another Ortolana. Super. Here I have got a Cocazelle. Oh, and look, there is one. Oh, hang on. Let me try and find a good view for you. Can you see the striped guy right there? Here he is. That's a Cocazelle. I have another Cocazelle plant next to him. He doesn't have any. This guy right here. I have 3 Cocazelles, huh? And then here are my Slick Pick summer squash. So I've got one I'm going to pick there, one I'm going to pick here, and then over here, these guys are called Dark Star Zucchini. And then down here are my patty pans. Aren't they cute? Look at that little patty pan. Ava called them UFOs. She thought they were like the space travel machine, spaceships. So I got a couple of those. And then these guys over here, that says acorn squash. I don't remember putting acorn squash there, but maybe that's why these don't have anything. All right, so here it looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 summer squash here that I could harvest as baby squash or let get just a little bit bigger. And this is my second squash patch for summer squash. I have got the Slick Picks here and here. Now obviously these are going to get bigger because they've got the whole ground to sink their roots into, but that's okay. And then right here I've got a teeny tiny 8-ball squash plant. And here is a giant, huge 8-ball plant. The 8-balls have not started making any fruit yet. And then it looks like I have one more 8-ball plant. So that's it for summer squash right here. Here is a North Georgia Candy Roaster. This is one of my winter squash. It's one of the very few winter squash I have in my actual own yard. It's supposed to be huge, but I started it in between all my garlic. Now that my garlic's up, I'm expecting it to take off. We'll see. This is my best performing winter squash, and I think these can be used as winter or summer squash. I'm gonna have to research a little bit. This is in a bucket. I'm actually gonna cut a hole in the bottom of this bucket because there is dirt under here, and let's see if it needs more root space. But look at those guys. This is called a center cut squash, and it's got another baby right there, and it's that big. Isn't she pretty? It is like one of its parents is the Tromboncino squash. It is a hybrid, and I just heard a lot of really good things about it, so I wanted to try it out. It's supposed to be 10 feet long vines, really productive, with Tromboncino shaped fruit that it's not quite as big. So I've got one here and I got some more in the back. Okay, here's another one of those center cut squash. It's planted with the nasturtium, which, by the way, isn't she pretty? You can kind of see under here. They're just kind of intermingled. I planted them together. I don't really know if I'm getting any fruit on it quite yet or not, but it's going all the way up this side, right here. And I just keep kind of tying it to this post. And I'm hoping I'm going to get some over there. Morning, girls. And then over here, I have another one right here. So I have 3 of these center cuts. And this one, I thought I did have fruit on, but maybe that's, oh yeah, look, there's a baby one. Me dreaming. I did plant that regular Tromboncino squash. It's back here. It's little, it's not getting a lot of sun. Yes? Do you have something that you'd like to say? No? Camera shy? There you go. All right. The girls have got friends coming. We got our baby chicks. All right. So those are my winter squash. I've got one more. Hang on. Hello. This is a sugar pie pumpkin. I'm growing them back here on my wall. I planted several. That's the only one that's got a fruit on it yet, and they're getting shaded out by this grapevine thing up here. That's my project when we come back from Grand Rapids. We're going to Grand Rapids for a tournament. Is to get all that off of there and kind of clean up this so that those pumpkins got a little bit more chance to make it. Okay, that's all the squash in my yard. Although I do have pumpkins, acorn squash, butter, nut squash, and delicata at my mom's house, and my brother has some Cinderella pumpkins at his house. So we'll see if those work, but I don't quite have the room for that many winter squash in my yard. So the center cut's kind of what I'm pinning all my hopes on this year. And so far, looks to be doing good. Now I'm gonna harvest all those summer squash, and I'm going to make a summer squash salad for my grandpa's birthday party. Okay, here's my basket for my little salad. I have got summer squash, thyme, parsley, mint, and then I found these couple cherry tomatoes. And they're just going to go in because I want them to. Aren't these pretty? Oh! All right, salad time.